the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening, Fade to Black. Bespoke Radio for the masses. Yeah, man, how you doing? Today's Thursday, October 27th, 2022. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer, and UnX Networks. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, man. Here we go. Tonight's another Fadernight with open lines all night long. Tonight we're going with one call-in number, 818-921-6929. And I'm doing a little experiment tonight, okay? So just one phone number, 818-921-6929. The other one's still active, but if you call in, it hides itself on my home hold line, and those numbers get buried unless I excuse me, unless I answer them straight away. And if I do that, then it puts everybody out of line. That's not cool. You know, you have people on hold for a while. So anyway, just 818-921-6929 tonight. That's fine. I can stack this, and the reason why there were two numbers before is I stopped doing it. I could go back and do it. I would have two applications running at the same time, one with one phone number here and one with one phone number over there. Same software. But I would activate it, and man, I'm just lazy, and it's at some point we'll go with something different, but it's not going to be tonight. So just one phone number, 818-921-6929, 818-921-6929. There's no reason to have a second phone number. Not these days. Just stack them up. Stack them up. Okay. All right. Yeah, did you hear the news? Did you hear the news? I don't know if you did. Did you hear the news? I can't afford no shoes. Can't afford shoes. Can't afford the paper. Either. That's the news. Yeah. Have you heard any other breaking news? Just curious. Have you heard anything going on out there today? Coming up, I will be hosting and emceeing the Conscious Life Expo this February 10th through the 13th. I think starting, Tuesday, November 1st, we're going to make some major announcements. Tickets will be available to purchase on the website in a couple of weeks, and they let me know today that I've been announcing it. They haven't started selling tickets yet. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Go to consciouslifeexpo.com and listen, you Fadernauts. This isn't, I don't think it's available yet, but you can go check it out. I'm going to be hosting a luncheon. That's right. Only 50 seats. That's it. 50 people with a menu, service, 3-course meal, luncheon, some very cool special guests. All right. Only 50. That's it. That's it. It's because of the room that it's in and the way that it's set up. And so that's it. You want to go, don't you? They were telling me today, all the Fadernauts are going to buy all the tickets. And, nobody else. Hey, that ain't my problem. Once I make the announcement, that's it. Let's see how many Faded Black shirts we get in that room. ConsciousLifeExpo.com. And then 2 weeks after that, I'll be hosting the Parapod Festival at the Hyatt Regency in Valencia, California. That is Saturday, April 1st, 2023. This is a one-day event, film festival, media event, podcast awards. You can submit your media right now for your film, your documentary, TV series, your podcast, whatever it is, as long as it's paranormal, because it's the Parapod Festival. Parapodfilmfest.com is the link below. Get your submissions in now. April 7th to the 14th, which is just a week later, I'll be hosting and presenting on the Hidden Secrets Seminar at Sea Cruise. The links for that are below. All right. All right. Don't forget to get your free membership to the NX Network. Links for that is below too as well. And then coming up this Monday, Halloween, October 31st, I'll be hosting right here, along with Race Hobbs and Margie K, the first anniversary of the NX Network. 1 year on the air. What's on the menu for lunch? Rumor has it, Ken Priest, we're doing Rise chicken and biscuits. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. It's being catered by Rise chicken and biscuits. The links for everything on X Network right below. But then I'll see you right here on Monday. Oh man. When did I take the weekend off? I got to work all weekend for the UNX Network. Oh man, it's going to be great. Halloween night. Oh, I got to get a Halloween costume going, don't I? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'll just go as Elvis. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. That's right. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. You guys hear anything about Twitter today? What's going on at Twitter? Anybody know? Anybody got any idea about what's going on? You know what's funny? You know what? I'll talk about that in a second. Sandbox's hashtag F2B on Twitter. Any questions during the show? Just post hashtag F2B on Twitter. Yeah, on Twitter. You got that? All right, let's get to the breaking news because I know you guys don't know nothing. Elon Musk has completed his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter. Deal closed today. That's right. This puts the world's richest man in charge of one of the world's most influential social media platforms. And getting straight to business, today Musk fired CEO Parag Agrawal. Yeah. Just like that. 2 other executives, too, that are unnamed right now, but we'll find out by tomorrow. Earlier this week, a couple of things happened. Number one, he visited Twitter's headquarters in San Francisco, right? Yeah, he did that. You saw things coming. I kept talking about. He posted an open letter to Twitter advertisers, saying he doesn't want the platform to become a free-for-all hellscape where anything can be said with no consequences. And that's a quote directly from the letter. Last night, on this very program, I told you that the deal was going to be completed by Friday. I told you, I gave you a list of everybody that tossed in money. Not everybody, but most. And nobody said anything. Wasn't on the news, wasn't on CNN. I said, I announced it last night on the show. Do I have an insider? I might. I just might. And I rolled the dice last night and announced it on this program that the deal was going to be complete, that the documents were signed, the documents were completed, and money was ready, and the deal was going to go down, but nobody said anything. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. You know, CNN didn't call. Fox didn't call. Nobody cares. Nobody cared. It was just like weird. There you go. It happened. It went down. More on that in just a bit. All right, you know, it was just funny. I didn't even hear from any of you. I didn't get any email. Jimmy, did you just say Elon's going to have Twitter by Friday? Send. Did you? No. Were there any tweets about it last night? No. Was anybody? Nope. Yeah. Think about that. Think about that. Tonight's open lines. I'm using one phone number tonight. Just one. 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. Let's continue with the breaking news. Yet another set of human remains was pulled from the shallows of Lake Mead this week, marking 6 times a body has been pulled as the water levels uncovered remains, bodies from the past. The National Park Service confirmed yesterday that a human bone discovered by a diver directed a park team to an area where they just found another skeleton. That's right. Well, Saturday Night Live's Chris Redd was attacked. Chris Rudd. Is it Chris Rudd or Chris Redd? It's Rudd, right? It's Red. It's Rudd. Chris Rudd was attacked last night, October 26th, while outside of New York City Comedy Club. He was punched in the face by some, he quotes as some random dude, right after he stepped out of his car to go into the Comedy Cellar in Greenwich Village. Now, check this out. He was scheduled to perform there. His Greg Unichain was reportedly yanked from his neck during the attack, but the chain fell apart in the assailant's hand, and Chris picked it up off the ground. The incident happened around 9:40 p.m. He was taken to the hospital. He suffered a deep gash to his nose. There you go. Did I say Rudd or Red? Rudd? Is it Rudd or Red? It's Red, right? Man, I can't remember. Somebody help me. Help me, please. Help me. How you doing? All right. Let's get this show cracking. Sorry, Jim. Beat Elon Musk to Twitter. What? 48 seconds ago? When did you post this? No. I don't pay attention to Twitter. When did you post this? You need 6:35 a.m. October 26th. Oh, wow. Well, see, that was buried, man. I would have never seen that, Cassandra. But Cassandra's on her game. Where did you get that from? economictimes.com. Well, that just goes to show you Cassandra's smart because she's reading a website that I didn't even know existed, number one. So that's impressive. Number two, and nobody else reported it. It was just apparently Cassandra and I and some website called economictimes.com. All right. Let's get this show cracking on this day in history. October 27th, 1962, the United States and the Soviet Union stepped back from the brink of nuclear war. Negotiations between the United States and the Soviet Union finally result in a plan to end the 2-week-old Cuban Missile Crisis. I can't imagine the tension, right? The tension. Do you think there's tension right now with Ukraine? Some little guy going, nuclear, and saying things. No, that was real. That was real. That's crazy. All right, Fader fact. Honeybees flap their wings 230 times every second. That's pretty crazy to me. You hear about hummingbirds. You hear about this. But honeybees, 230 times a second. Here's a second, right? 230 times. Man, that's nuts. That's nuts. Faster than a fly. Mm-hmm. Yep. Rivermoonwellness.com. Man, that was a good show last night. That was a really, really, really good show with Shaw the Loon Witch. And so I'd like to hear from any of you that called into the show last night and had your cards read. And also, I can see the writing on the wall. All right, we're going to be talking about Twitter tonight. And 60 years so human life on Earth came to the close to a terrible ending. I have no idea what that is. That's from Thunderstorm. Doctor. I don't know what I'll have to read that. So anyway, that's on Twitter. Elon's company. Twitter. Rivermoonwellness.com. That's right. Fade to Black blend. Go Backley Tappy. All right. How much is enough? How much is enough? So Kanye, was joking around, every business arrangement that he's ever made has collapsed in front of him, and he's watching, everything run away. That's his fault. Oh, whatever. But Ye was joking this week. Man, I lost $2 billion today. Who cares? Okay. All right. How much is enough? How much is enough? And so you look at Elon Musk, right? Owns a rocket company. He owns the internet with Starlink, right? He's got his own car company. Lord knows what else he owns. He's the richest man in the world. And so now, he just went and bought Twitter. How much is enough? Let me put a few things into perspective for you. Because let's say you're having money problems. Everybody's got money problems, right? Okay, so let's say you do. And whatever it is, and you know how it goes. We've all been there. Okay, I'm going to pay my rent on time, but my car payment is going to wait until next week for payday. Car payments due, but they're not going to come and get your car if your car payment's a week late, and you don't want to, and you're juggling stuff all the time, all right? Because you went out and bought some Yeezys. But anyway, so, and maybe at some point you lose your job and for whatever reason, and you've got to wait a month or two until you get another job. But you can look around. I remember I said to somebody one time, I was in between jobs, sitting in my apartment / condo in Sherman Oaks, 2-bedroom, nice, south of the boulevard. And said to a friend of mine who was in my living room, I said, take a look around. I've got no job, but I've got 3 TV sets, one in this living room, one in my daughter's bedroom, one in my bedroom. I've got 3 VCRs, one in each room. I've got 3 DVD players. Obviously, you can see how long ago this was. There's one in each room. I got 3 stereos. There's one in each room. Got a new car downstairs, right? And I don't have a job. And I'm not happy, and I've got money problems. But I am ahead of 98% of the people on this planet. Think about that. That was my point of view, and that was my statement. 98% of the people on this planet would cut off their arm to be unemployed in my apartment in the United States. It's a fact. So who am I to complain? How much is enough? So no matter what, think about that. You could have a homeless guy on the streets of LA. Homeless. Living in a tent. And you go, hey man, you can trade your life right now for somebody in India, in Brazil. No, I'm good right here in this homeless camp. I'm fine. Yeah. No, ain't going. It's the way that it is. So how much is enough? So for somebody like Elon, would you do everything that he is? There a point where you just pump the brakes and go, you know what? I just want to enjoy life. How much is enough? What is the level of purchasing that you have to get to have fun, to have a shock value? For some of us, it's just going to a store and buying a pair of pants. Man, I got another new pair of pants. Thank God. Oh, I am so happy. Oh, I needed a new pair of pants. Right. And that when you get to the point where you can't even drive down Rodeo Drive and be interested in something, that you have bought everything that you can buy. You've got all the watches you can own. You've got all the homes you can own. You've got a Lamborghini in every color and a Ferrari in every color. You've got motors. You just buy. You own an island, and you've got 7 houses in Los Angeles. You got to have one in Beverly Hills, and you got to have one in Malibu, right? Your beach house, your getaway. You got to have one in Palm Springs for Christmas, right? You got to do that. How much, right? When is enough? And I'm not at any level of thinking those kinds of thoughts, but I can tell you this. I don't need anything. Me personally, I don't need anything. I don't need another guitar. I don't need another pair of shoes. I don't need any more food in my kitchen. I don't need another car. I own one. I don't need anything. I can certainly go and do what I want to do. I don't get up in the morning and go shopping. I don't get up in the morning and jump. I don't do those things. All right. Where are you in life where you buy Twitter It's one thing to start a company like Tesla, electric car company, going to change the world. I like the vision, right? Okay. To have the vision, SpaceX, I'm going to build rockets that come back to Earth and don't have less waste. And NASA and the government's not pulling it off or being out. Let's go. I can see that vision. That's pretty cool. But when do you pump the brakes? And then to have the world's richest person take over an internet company, a social media platform like Twitter, it's kind of strange. And I like Elon. I do. I actually like the guy. But does this feel strange? What's the reason to do it? Jack Dorsey's gone. What's the reason? Right? Are you? So I don't know. I'm just saying to everybody, I like Elon. What's the reason for purchasing Twitter? Are you bored? You want something to do? I wouldn't think that with Elon. Right? Is it that important to you to take over a social media platform and fix things? Are you going to do that, or are people going to do that for you? Are we going to see change? I don't know. I have no idea. So this is my prediction, just like I told you yesterday, and I earlier this week and the week before that. I do Elon news almost every single night on the show. I like the guy. He's interesting. The purchase is now done. So we'll see. We got to give it, just like everything else, TDSA. 2 years. 2 years from now, all of you that are jumping up and down, yay! We'll see if you're still happy, number one. 2 years from now, let's see if the people right now that are upset have changed their minds that this was a good thing. All right? Let's see who's on the right side of history. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is open lines. It is Fadernight. 818-921-6929. One number tonight, 818-921-6929. How much is enough? How much is enough? Think about that. I'll be right back after the short break. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black Blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com. Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here. You've seen me with my Thunderstorm. Now you can purify the air in your home and get healthy, clean, fresh-smelling air and eliminate odors just like I do right here in the bunker. The EdenPURE Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules into the air, which seek out odors and air pollutants in your home and destroys them. It's called a thunderstorm because it purifies the air just like after a thunderstorm. And right now, you can save $200 on an EdenPURE Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Seriously. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use Fader3. Shipping is free and it's easy. Just scroll down. You'll see my name right there, Jimmy Church. Click on it and get your deal today. That's EdenPureDeals.com.
Do you have an interest in the paranormal? Then you'll love the unxnetwork.com. The X is your streaming audio and video for everything supernatural, strange, and mysterious, like UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and so much more. From hosts like Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and Christina Gomez. Visit the unxnetwork.com show page for a complete list of all the paranormal programs you'll find on the X. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for updates at KUNXDB. Follow our Facebook group, UnX Network. Find the podcast on Spotify, iHeart, Audible, and Apple Podcast. It's time.
It's new.
It's the X.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Manson. You're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I was looking at the, it's Fadernight's open lines all night long, 818-921-6929. All right, here's the deal. I was looking at the comments. Somebody named, let's see here, where's it at? Double something said, Jimmy, you're afraid of, you're afraid of saying the wrong things on YouTube. No, I am not, man. I play within the rules. If you've ever listened to this show, I have covered that subject of if I've so-called censorship and freedom of speech and things on social media. Now, so if you've ever listened to this show, you know my position on it. Now, in that. It's just like, okay, so look at the Game Changer Network. Look at Fade to Black. All right? Okay? It's really this simple. I own it. I own everything. I don't, because I own this show, I can do what I want. I own it. I don't have to have you on as a guest. Because you want, it's freedom of speech, man. I want to come on your show and say what I want to say. No, you can freedom of speech, whatever you want, out on the sidewalk, and you can yell. You can post on your own thing on social media. I don't care, but I don't have to have. It's freedom of speech, man.
It's my First Amendment rights. It's his Second Amendment. It's Third Amendment. It's Ninth Amendment. And the government owns the internet, the pipeline, the phone, the thing, the cables, and the underwater, and they own this. So it's a public thing. And so because it's a public thing, I can come on your show and say, no, you can't. No, you can't. I can block you too. That's it. It's the same thing with Facebook. I don't care if it's publicly traded or private. It's the same thing. It's not government owned. There is no freedom of speech. There's, they can censor whatever they want. It's their right. I don't. Is it morally correct? That's another issue. Legally, if you own a website, just like, let's say you own Twitter, you own a website, you own your own social media site, you start your own social media site, and you call it, what was that dude's name? What was his name? I can't remember his name. What was his name? I'm going to scroll back. Man, I can't remember his name. It was foreign. Double Vision social media, right? Come and join my Double Vision page. And you've got some Yahoo on that page, you, because you own it, can cancel the account. What? So they can sue you because you didn't like what they were. No, they can't. It's that cut and dry. If you don't understand that, freedom of speech, go out and yell in the street all you want, and that's freedom of speech. But CNN doesn't have to let anybody on. The New York Times doesn't have to have somebody have an article on the front page. No, it's that simple. So let's back this up. Elon, who I like, I've already said it. I think the dude is cool. Smoked weed on Joe Rogan. Dude's cool. Is he, he's going to censorship. What censorship? Twitter can do whatever they want, or any other social media platform. But so Elon's going to come in and we'll be able to say whatever we can do whatever we want again. Yay. What are you talking about? Elon doesn't give a crap. And it's not Elon's money. It's borrowed money. I mean, he put in a little bit probably out of his own pocket, but you got to think about that. He's got investors. He's got a Saudi Arabian prince threw in $7 billion for this deal. And you're not concerned about that? Huh. So now, and is Elon private jet, right? Private jet. Champagne, kicking back on. Man, I got to take care of this censorship. I got to take care of this. I'm going to buy Twitter. I'm going to take care of censorship for the world. Please. Oh, man. No. And I like Elon. But, Nah, he don't give a crap. He doesn't. Man, oh man. He's got everything else that he's dealing. He's launching rockets into space. He's literally launching rockets into space. You think he wakes up in the morning going, freedom of speech for everybody? Yeah, I'm going to take care of that. Let me send this memo out. Send. No, nah. And he was never censored on. Man, did you see the stuff he was posting? He has been posting on Twitter, aliens and everything else. He never got censored. Why would he care? So there you go. That's my take. We'll wait a couple of years. Let's see who's happy and who is not. That's all that I'm saying. All right. How much is too much? Too much power, right? Too much power. What if at this point, and I like Elon. How many times have I said that tonight? What if Elon got pissed off tomorrow and said, no more SpaceX flights? The world would be screwed. That's right. That's how much power he has. What I mean, just and so we really need to how much juice, right? Man, he's just about monopolized space. There are other electric car companies out there, and all the major players are building electric cars. He's not the only one, but he owns that segment. He's got a lot of competition. It's not as easy as it was. But there you go. Right. But how much juice, and I thought about that too, as well. Starlink. All right. Starlink. Is that too much? Right. You own space, you own the electric car and now you've got the internet, and now you've got one of the most influential social media platforms in the world. If not, I mean, probably people pay more attention to Twitter, I mean, for real news, for the stuff, than any other platform. Are you going to Instagram for your news? You going to Facebook for your news, right? If I don't know, General Motors, Mercedes, Verizon, if they're going to make an announcement, do they do that on Facebook? Think about that. No, they do it on Twitter. Countries, embassies, world leaders, Twitter. And now he owns it too. Oof. So there you go. All right. Now, also, with me, with any social media platform, I play within the rules. I know what the rules are. That's it. I play within the rules. That's all. It's not my company. It's their company. They set the rules. Just like on Fade to Black. Somebody calls in. I don't like the phone call. Somebody steps out of line. Hang up. Block. Right? That's it. I can do it. If you play within my rules, everything's fine. Right? Right? That's it. No politics. Pretty much. No bad language. You can, and once in a while, because I own it, I get Laura Eisenhower on here dropping F-bombs. Let that slide. All right. You guys want to take some phone calls? Man, that was a good show last night with Shaw. That was amazing. She is so good. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's see who's up first. I have no idea, but we're about to find out. All right. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, it's Sarah Ann.
Oh, look at that. How long have you been on
I am a
hold?
diva.
Like 45. The diva's been on hold for 45 minutes. I'm just going to let everybody know. There you go. See, you got no special privileges. Oh, no, wait a minute. You did get on first, though.
Yeah, something's going on.
Okay, Sarah Ann. What's it like to be a diva? Do you have you make demands? Right. Are you difficult?
Super high maintenance, yeah. Oh yeah.
One day I'll find out. So last night, I'm so glad that you called in. Let's get to Shah in just a second. You're on Twitter a lot. All right. You think things are going to change?
I have no idea.
You haven't thought about it?
I have no idea. No, because all I'm thinking about is what Shaw told me last night, honestly.
Well, So are you?
I'm in my own little. I'm in my own little world. Everything revolves around me, Jimmy.
Did you hear the news today?
Yeah, no, I was listening. It's. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it.
Okay. Sarah Ann has no idea what I'm talking about right now. She has.
I do.
No, you don't. Otherwise, you would say
do.
it.
I just have no. It's like it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just. I didn't comment.
You. What am I talking about?
About Elon.
Elon.
Is
what?
that what we're speaking about? How he wants to buy Twitter?
He bought Twitter.
Oh, he bought it.
Yeah. See, you didn't know what I was
more
talking
out of
about.
it.
See,
Sorry. I mean, it's not surprising.
He owns Twitter. As of today, he fired the CEO.
It's weird.
Yeah. Okay, now that Sarah,
is he like God?
that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Are we going to be going to Elon Church soon?
Yeah, I know. I mean, is there what look, I'm just going to be straight. All right. It's pretty cool to be me. It is. It is, man. My life is pretty cool. I ain't Elon. Right? Can you imagine what that is like to be richer and more powerful and have more influence than anybody ever in the history of the world? That's Elon.
Yeah, it's beyond celebrity.
Yeah,
beyond celebrity.
It's beyond everything. What is that like? What is that?
And where
like?
does that come from? How does somebody get that powerful? There's something. I mean, it's.
Didn't he
crazy.
What did he own? He owned like PayPal or something. What was it that he owned? And then he sold out. It was he owned one of the internet money companies. I can't. Was it PayPal? Man, I can't remember.
I actually can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But I know he did.
And him and his partner sold out, and then he just took that money and started Tesla and started doing his own thing. Yeah.
What's interesting about him is he's an individual. I mean, there's other entities, right? I mean, when you think about the cabal. I mean, there's all these companies that. Very few that own pretty much everything, but he's an individual.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, my mind goes to, there's a positive aspect to that and a negative aspect. And I think he's playing both sides. Is that good or bad? I don't know. But it is pretty mind blowing. And it's something to, now that we're talking about it, I can get really into this conversation because there's just so many facets to it.
Right.
And I think it's good to look at all of it, but it's effed up in a really big way.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like to be him. I wonder if he has a girlfriend or a boyfriend.
Well, I forget. What was his girlfriend's name? They had the kid that they named like R2D2 or something. But here's, I think she was a singer. It lasted for a minute. Yeah. So, okay. I guess it was PayPal. Right. Okay. So, but yeah, it was PayPal. Okay. See, I'm safe. Here's the thing. Does he get a paycheck? I bet he doesn't. No, why do you have to pay yourself? Right? Why would you pay yourself and then you're going to turn around and pay taxes on it? Right? So he probably pays himself $1 a year. Right. Okay. So does he walk around with cash in his pocket or does he have somebody with cash on them? I mean, you know what I mean? What's it like to be Elon? You've got company credit cards. You're living in company houses. His name is not on the deed of he's not right. That's all corporate owned. Right. You follow what I'm saying? So it's not like he's going, hey, man, how many deductions do I put on my W-9 or whatever? Yeah, I mean, your W-2. Oh man, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put 9. Can I put my cats on here as a deduction? He doesn't do any of that. Pays himself $1 a year, and that's what he's paying taxes. I'm not kidding. Think about that. What's it like to be Elon?
It's like he's not a person. He's an entity.
Right.
It's like he's a planet or a spaceship or.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's so weird.
So you check into a hotel. I almost said motel. You check into a hotel.
He
You're
doesn't check
Elon.
in a motel, Jimmy.
Wait, what did Mr. Musk? We need a credit card to cover the. I mean, does he do that? He probably owns the hotel.
He just exhales.
Yeah, I mean, but
and they breathe in, and it's all good.
So, to be the world's richest man, right? What does that? It's not money in the bank. He doesn't have that. You'd be paying taxes on it. So what he has is stocks, right? And ownership of these companies, but everything it's probably so removed from him. You know what I mean? Does he have a savings account? Can he go to an ATM?
What is his currency?
Right. Can he go to an ATM, take out an ATM card, and put it in and punch in a PIN number and get cash out? Can he do that? Probably not. I need to interview Elon. Nobody's asking that question. Dude, do you have an ATM card?
I was just going to say that.
What bank do you bank? Okay, now, first off, he probably has 100 bank accounts in 100 different banks. Right? You know what I mean? What do you have? $250 billion at Chase? No, it's not the case, right? So does he have a way to get cash? Elon, can you loan me $1,000? I would, but I don't have an ATM card. You know what I mean? I don't have any cash. I don't carry cash on me. I can't. Right. I don't
want a piece of a rocket.
I don't have a checkbook. I don't know. Think about that. All right, Sarah Ann. Let's get back to Shah. All right. She said last night the number was 2. She said brother, sister, and possibly twins.
Yep.
Okay. Fill me in. What did that mean?
That's crazy because not many people know about this. So they're not brother and sister, but these are my 2 main guides. And I just started doing classes about them because they're teaching me a higher dimensional energy technology or healing. It's called hydroponics, but they are twin flames. And not the kind of twin flame that everybody sort of thinks about. They're actually twin flames that are meant to disrupt the whole concept of what a twin flame really is. They're a walking paradox. They're indie empaths.
Wow.
Nobody really knows about. I mean, unless you've taken one of my classes or seen one of my, private presentations. Actually, I think like on my Twitter pinned is my class. I think it's called the Twin Flame Empaths of Energy Healing or something like that. I mean, and I made it 2 years ago. It's crazy that she brought that up, and I know exactly when they visited me over the last.
And that's what it's called, twin flames.
Yeah, I mean, there's this whole concept out there in the New Age community about twin flames and things like that, and they are essentially like aspects of my soul, but it's a masculine energy and a feminine energy, and they present themselves in different ways. The future version of myself. There's hybrids from Sirius, essentially. But they're teaching me a very, I'm in study with them, learning this energy healing through my own process. It's really intense. It's always 2. It's always a female and a male.
But the key word here is twin, right? Because that's when she said that last night. What did you? Did you go, what?
I mean, it was crazy. Because and there's versions of they seem like a brother and a sister. So the ones that I've been working with, and she said electricity. That's exactly what I'm working on right now.
Wow.
Electric energy for healing, because some things have shifted, and this is like a new phase of my healing. And it's exactly what she was talking about. I mean, she said electricity, energy is, seems like it could, and it's weird because they present themselves as like the very fun, and you could think that they're a brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
And there actually are aspects of them that are twins, brother and sister. And this goes into like the hybridization program and creating something positive out of that whole experience. Always with me.
Yeah, very interesting. Shaw, she is able to say specific things. She doesn't speak in generalities. Very, very rarely does she do that, because she just, it just comes out of her. She blurts it out. And it's always been that way. And I can tell with, and also with, like, what did she do with me last night when I asked her about the ghost, right? And she said, well, it's female. How many times has that come up on this show with different ghost hunters?
Yeah.
Right? Now that kind of freaked me out. She could have said, I thought she was going to go in a completely another direction. She just goes, oh, it's female. She gave the name, right? Allison, remember? Right?
Yeah.
Murdered.
Too.
Right? Very specific things. Not in the house. Right? I was like, what? I mean, those are specific. That's not speaking in generalities. It was just very direct. So, yeah, very, very interesting. It was a fun show last night. She's the best. She's the absolute very best.
Yeah, it was really good. I love how she shifts so quickly. She'll go from like one thing to like, I mean, some people can just talk in generalities, right? But she shifts very quickly, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really cool to see her work. I have, I've seen it over the years, but she always does this thing where she looks up, right, and then she's got it. It's weird, man. Not long, 5-10 seconds. Then it just goes.
Great gift.
Yeah, it's a great gift. Sarah Ann, behave and be well. It's Halloween on Monday. Have a great weekend. Are you dressing up? Give it real quick. What are you dressing up as?
I'm dressing up as like a hairband groupie from the 80s.
So you're just wearing your normal stuff?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that. I'm just wearing my normal rock gear. Yeah.
A little bit of Aquanet.
Just being my regular diva hussy self.
Yeah. A little bit of Aquanet, some spandex, some capizios, and you're good to go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Sarah,
I'm going to be comfortable. I'll see you out there.
Have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Sarah Ann. You're the best.
All right. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Right back at you, Sarah Ann. Diva, Sarah Ann. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. One phone number tonight, 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. I'll be back with more of your phone calls right after this. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, BX.
Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here. You've seen me with my Thunderstorm. Now you can purify the air in your home and get healthy, clean, fresh smelling air and eliminate odors just like I do right here in the bunker. The EdenPURE Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules into the air, which seek out odors and air pollutants in your home and destroys them. It's called a thunderstorm because it purifies the air just like after a thunderstorm. And right now, you can save $200 on an EdenPURE Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Seriously. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use Fader3. Shipping is free and it's easy. Just scroll down. You'll see my name right there, Jimmy Church. Click on it and get your deal today. That's EdenPureDeals.com.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can, right now, get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're also the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers, and you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night, open lines all night long. One number tonight, 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. Open lines all night long. It's Thursday nights, Fader nights, my favorite night of the week. So happy to finally get to this weekend. I didn't think it was ever going to happen with my schedule over the last 3, 4, 5 months. It's been really, 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 really intense. I only had one real weekend off, and Brad and Jonah came up to the house and scrapped that. And that was after I got back from Egypt.
we ended up building that RC track in the backyard, and we went to the air show out at Edwards Air Force Base, which was absolutely incredible. And so that was it. And that was my only real weekend. So this is the first weekend where I deliberately, I planned nothing. I just, okay. Phone lines are open. 818-921-6929 right now. Makes me feel like my internet's messing up. Man, I chose one phone number. Just one phone number. 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. The TV show, The Peripheral. So I didn't know. I started watching it 2 nights ago. And the first episode, I thought it was a movie, right? It was like 70, 80 minutes, for the first episode. And I thought, man, that's kind of, maybe this is a movie. I thought it was a TV series. That's what I had read. And I'm watching it, and I'm watching, and I'm like, this feels like it's a setup for a TV series. This doesn't feel like a movie to me. So I'm watching it, and then as I'm getting into it, I was like, man, I need to check this out. So I go and I look it up. Sure enough, it's a TV series, and it's awesome. It's great. I finished the first episode. It was really good, and actually, I watched the last 30 minutes. Again. So I get through that. I see in the second episode starts playing automatically, right? And I think it's Amazon. Starts playing, and I get through that, and I said last night, I am ready. I am going to this weekend. I am going to binge Peripheral. This is awesome. So excited. No. Last night after the show, I see there's only 2 episodes released. New episodes on Wednesday. I gotta wait. I am so bummed. But I am watching documentary now. Season 3, season 4 is out. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, it's Jessica Rodriguez from Mass.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
I'm great. I have a question. I don't know if you'll be able to answer it. It's about the Webb telescope.
Uh-huh.
I was kind of wondering about it lately, and I've been kind of collecting a lot of data on it. And you know how they say, it's been out there. They gave us a date when they released it, December 25th, 2021.
Yep.
And then they were going to release certain pictures on this date. Well, when it was going out into its long journey into space, and it can view hundreds, thousands, billions of years into the past,
mm-hmm.
Do you think that the Webb telescope faced back at Earth on its journey out and was looking at our past?
No.
Do you think they did that?
No.
You don't think that there's a possibility that they could have viewed our past, kind of like a viewmaster, and found out what really happened?
Right. Okay. So first, can I say that would be awesome, and that is a great thought, and I like your headspace on this. I like where you're going, okay? But it's not far away enough from Earth. It's only 1 million miles away. So I don't know how many seconds away in light years it is, but it's not much. In other words,
I was trying to do that math, and it's pretty complicated. It goes into areas that are not my forte.
Yeah. But it's only 1 million miles. Okay.
Right.
So to put that in perspective, how many miles away is Mars at its closest approach to Earth? Do you know? I can tell you this.
Not off the top of my head.
Well, hold on. There's a new thing. It's called Google, and it's really cool. You can look up stuff really fast. 59 million miles at its current distance right now. 59 million miles. All right. And I believe it takes 8 seconds. 8 seconds at the speed of light between Earth and Mars. It doesn't matter if it's 20 seconds. It's not very long. So when we look at Mars, we're looking at 8 seconds into the past. Okay, do you follow me? So the Webb telescope is 1 million miles out there. So they're looking back at Earth. It's looking at a fraction of a second, right? Of back in time. When the Webb is looking at something that is 100 million light years from Earth, right? Are you following me? Mm-hmm. Then there's your time. 100 light years from Earth. That's 100 years. That's 100 years in the past. 1,000 years. 1,000 light years. That's 1,000 years in the past. So it gets a little confusing. But so when we here on Earth are looking at another planet that is 10,000 light years away, all right, we're not seeing that planet today. We're seeing that planet as it was 10,000 years ago. Now,
in the past.
If they were looking at us, Jessica, what would they see? They would be looking at the last ice age. Right. They wouldn't see city
and that's
lights.
What I'm wondering about the Webb telescope, because they've had all these dates, and like when the release dates, everyone was waiting for the first pictures and everything, and they said they only took 70 pictures and they only released 5. Okay, so what are the other 70, or what are the other 65 pictures of? And did they view back on Earth? And if they did, could they have seen something? I get what you're saying about like 1 million miles away and the whole perspective about, but what if they've seen further than they've told us? Could that be possible?
Well,
because it's been out there for how long? Since December 25th, 2021?
Almost a year. Here is, I've talked to a couple of people that are involved with the Webb project. All right. And this is what they tell me. Because my question, hey man, you find out about alien life, are you going to keep it a secret? Right. And this was the answer that I've gotten twice, is that it's an international project, that the United States isn't the only one collecting the data. There are multiple countries around the world. So if there was a cover-up, you would have to have everybody involved in the cover-up. It wouldn't be just the United States. And that would be difficult to do. And now, I'm not saying it's stuff. I call BS on that. But anyway, in that, if the alien life is discovered, we're not going to find out about it. We're certainly not going to find out from France, right? Okay. But here's the next thing. The individuals now that are involved in reading the data and collecting the data are from different countries, and they're from all around the world. We're not necessarily in control of the individual minds. Forget about the countries. I'm talking about, what if you've got, a 21-year-old PhD candidate, looking at the data from Portugal or whatever, from New Zealand, from Australia, and they're sitting around with a friend of theirs, and the data comes through. Are we in control of him or her? Are we? I don't. That's a little bit. I mean, how can you keep somebody from posting on social media?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm hopeful, Jessica, that something is going to happen. Something is going to happen soon. I am of the belief, from the information that I have been given, is that it's going to be TRAPPIST-4. That's the planet that has intelligent life on it. Not amoebas in water. Intelligent life. TRAPPIST-4.
I mean, I like the UFO aspect that where you went with it, but I'm wondering about our own Earth's history past. Can they view our past like, a Viewmaster? Remember, like a Viewmaster where you could click on the things and look at the pictures?
Not the web.
Can they do that?
Not the web.
So,
but another planet could. And they have, and they are. Absolutely.
But they've been launching so many things out in space, it makes me wonder, and it probably makes other people wonder. I don't know if they wonder the same thing I think. I'm sure they do. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Right.
But it's like, who's going to put something out there to view back our history, to learn the truth of what really happened, and not the narrative script that we've been told? Just like when you said you went to Egypt, the people there have a narrative script that they have to tell the people, but they know different.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And there's lots of hidden things there's more things under the ground in Egypt than there is above ground. Why is that? You know what I mean? And why can't we learn all this stuff? Why can't we go explore? Why can't we do these things? Why do we have to have a high degree in archaeology or be in the higher ups, in the elites and the Jesuits in the Vatican and go through all this paperwork and all this stuff? Why can't we just be? Why can't we just do? I don't understand why they haven't viewed. I think they have. They're just not telling us. I think they have viewed our ancient past. I think they know the truth. They're just not saying it, because then they would have to admit that they've lied to us for hundreds, possibly thousands of years.
And
we know that.
Okay, I want you to write this down. Do you have a pen?
I do.
Okay. Are you ready, Jessica?
Yes.
Okay. First name, George. Write that down. Middle name, Van, V-A-N. Last name, Tassel, T-A-S-S-E-L. George.
I've heard of him.
Van Tassel. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you about George Van Tassel and the past. Are you ready? And you can go check it out. You go check it out for yourself. I want you to.
Oh,
all right.
I'm going to.
But
you set me on a path.
Jessica, listen. Jessica, are you listening?
I'm focused. I'm listening.
George Van Tassel said E.T. told him they can only look back 6 years. Can't go past that. And E.T. gave him the math and the instructions to build a time machine. But it wasn't a time machine that physically put you in the past. It was a time machine that showed you the past, but only 6 years ago. All right. And that's the way nature worked. Nature is recording all the time. Right? It's recording. It's like being able to do rewind on your DVR, right? On your TV. It's pretty cool, huh? Right? You can read. It's like, wow. Can I fast forward too? I'm time traveling with my comedy series on Netflix. But you understand what I'm saying? It's pretty cool when it happens, right? Okay. So that's what he's saying. And you can view it, but only 6 years. 6 years in a day, that day gets erased. Right? So as you're moving forward, last days erased, newest days recorded. And it's a 6-year window. George Van Tassel. So is it possible? Now, you can look at when you are 10,000 light years away from Earth and you're looking at Earth 10,000 years ago at the end of the last ice age, right? Okay. That's the view of Earth, and that's what you would see. Could you fast forward to that and then see Earth 500 years ago? No, you would have to move from that planet closer 9,500 light years in distance, and then look at Earth, right?
So how far away from Earth do you have to be to view the past, our ancient past, where all the knowledge is basically, between the 10,000 and 12,000 year timeline, where all the stuff kind of got mixed up, erased, hidden, lost, all of our knowledge, kind of our DNA got changed, all of that whole scenario.
Right.
How far away do we have to be for that?
You're
to
only
be able to be possible.
Yeah, right. Pick it. If that's the year that you want, 10,000 BC that you're talking about, 5,000 BC, if that's what then you would be 5,000 light years away. That's how
and
far.
What about when the Anunnaki was here? How many light years away would that be?
That's 400,000. That's 400,000 light years away. 400,000, 300,000. That's a pretty good distance. Now, you're only viewing it. You're not physically part of it. That's only what you see.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if they could see it and see what was going on, and you know what I mean? Like,
yes, it's possible that they
put
could.
some more puzzle pieces of who did what.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't know who did Göbekli Tepe. We don't know who built the pyramids. As far as I'm concerned, the Anunnaki built the pyramids, and the Egyptians just came in as the Atlantean civilization that was supposed to be wiped from history, but, got saved, and they kind of just moved all around the world to all these ancient sites that were already there. I mean, this is my theory based on all my research and watching and reading and just everything. So, I think the Anunnakis had a big part to play in all of the ancient sites because you see it everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Now, the
and
question
all the technology is the same, and you don't see the stuff they did then, we can't do today. And why is that? There's a big chunk of history missing.
Mm-hmm.
And where is that big chunk of history, and how will we find that? Will we find that in our lifetime? Will it be exposed to us? I mean, it's not just about the UFOs. What about all the the civilizations that live underground in mountains? I mean, there's so many different mountains. I could name a few, that have been known. There's one in Florida, it's in a national state park. They have a civilization underground. And you know what I mean? It's said to have the springs that heal people. And I guess the national park, I need to do more research on this, but from what I've read, heard, researched about this, it seems to line up with everything. But where is our lost knowledge, and how will we ever find out about that?
Very interesting. I mean, I like the way that you think. In Brian Greene's new book, I bring this up a lot, but the last chapter in the book, he talks about at the end of everything, right? Everything's done. 200 trillion years in the future. Earth has been gone for 200 trillion years, right? Everything is gone. Atoms have fallen apart. Particles have fallen apart. Gravity, just strong and weak, and all of that, it's all done. Everything is finished. There's nothing left in space but blackness. It's all done. It's all gone. Mm-hmm. Particles no longer hold together. Everything is has come apart. He says the only thing left is thought. I'll leave you with
consciousness.
I'll leave you with that.
I believe that.
Yeah, he won't call it consciousness. He doesn't have those kind of balls. But that's the way I, thought. Thinking will still continue, and it'll be floating around in the nothingness of space. Jessica, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you right here Halloween night for our 1-year anniversary show with the X. Have a great weekend and happy Halloween.
All right, you too, Jimmy. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. Jessica Rodriguez coming in strong. That was great. That was a perfect phone call right there. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. One phone number tonight, 818-921-6929. 818-921-6929. That's right. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
The Believer is the chilling true story of Dr. John Mack, a renowned Harvard psychiatrist and Pulitzer Prize winner.
This is an outreach program from the cosmos to the consciously impaired.
He risked it all to investigate human encounters with aliens. The Believer, Alien Encounters, Hard Science, and the Passion of John Mack. Written by award-winning former New York Times journalist and author Ralph Blumenthal. Now available in paperback from High Road Books.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com. Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts, when you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
Hi, I'm Ray Sobbs, and I'm here to tell you about something I really think you're going to like. The UNX Network is a part of a larger group called UNX Media, and one of the things we offer is the quarterly UNX magazine, which is available both in print and digital formats. This amazing magazine covers all aspects of the unexplained and makes for a great coffee table periodical that is certain to spark enlightening conversations in your living rooms. We invite you to check out the latest digital issue for free. Just go to unxnetwork.com/membership and fill out your free membership with your name and email and become a new free member. The new summer issue is now available, and the theme is Time Anomalies, which includes a feature article written by our managing editor, Lee Spiegel. Just go to unxnetwork.com/memberships. That's unxnetwork.com/memberships and get your free e-copy of the UNX magazine today.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight, 818-921-6929. One number. That's right. It's open lines all night long. Elon Musk now owns Twitter. Isn't that interesting? Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Janet Abram. Denny White there.
Oh, how are you?
I'm good.
That was an interesting reading last night.
Yeah, I was just really thrilled. It's the most I've never known about my great-grandmother.
That was...
And I think I know who the little boy is that was running around.
Yeah.
My dad died. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My dad was born in 1895. And he mostly grew up around his great-grandmother. So, of course, she knew him very well.
Okay.
And ever since I've been a teenager, I have known that at some time or other, I was going to have a baby boy. So time went on, and when I was 34, I got pregnant, and I had that little boy. And I had that boy on the same day that my father had died 20 years earlier.
Wow.
I'm positive my son, who would have been my brother, is now my son. And I think my grandmother sent him to me because basically I've always been an oddball my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And so is he. So I think she sent him to me because she knew I would know how to deal with him.
And
he's a great kid. And I have a baby picture of my dad's son when he was about 18 months old. And when Jonathan got to be about that age, I had his photographs taken, and I held it up with that picture, and they are carbon copies of each other.
Yeah. That's
absolute carbon copies.
That's That's one of the strangest and coolest things I think I've ever heard. Right? I mean, what's the timing, or the odds of something like that happening? Right?
Yeah, and for me to know, I've known my entire life that I was going to have a boy.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my first child,
mm-hmm.
and it's my only. I quit after one.
All right. Did you name him after your dad?
I did. My dad's name was Howard, so I named him Jonathan Howard.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
And yeah, and he's a lot like my dad.
Of course he is.
Of him a lot.
Of course he is. Does he know? Well, I'm sure he does now. Does he know the whole story?
He does now. He didn't before. He knew that he was born on the same day that my dad had passed, and I gave birth to him at 3:14 in the morning, and that's when about same time my dad passed on the year he died in 1971. So there was just so many coincidences. I had the baby, and Mom called me, and she said, "You know what today is, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah, it was the day Dad died."
Yeah, that's
said, "Yep." So
yeah, that's
to
crazy.
All that,
that's crazy.
Get all that information was wonderful. It's fantastic.
That's crazy. What does your mom think? Is she still around?
No, my mom's passed now.
Okay.
I'm 71. So.
Oh, that's right. You're 71. Is your mom still around? Yeah, Jimmy, she's 137. She's doing great.
There you go.
Yeah. But did she think that your son, you said Jonathan Howard, did he have the characteristics of your dad?
Oh, yeah. She said she could tell just from his energy that he felt just like my dad.
Yeah, it's a great story. That's amazing. Now, staying on this subject versus what Jessica was just talking about, which is consciousness and what survives and what's out there, in the universe, reincarnation, and we've all heard the different ideas behind this, right? The second that somebody dies, somebody's born, and this thing happens. And I've always felt that there's probably, although we don't understand it, I don't even know if we have the right words for it, but this is possible. Now, it's also possible that your dad's soul, consciousness, went to another planet, right? They didn't even come back to Earth, right? It could be somewhere else. But it raises questions about, things like the Akashic records and what is time? What is time? Really, what is time? And
time doesn't exist.
Yeah, and I'll
time's not real.
You know why? I can reach over here. Hold on.
Okay.
Man, they're too far away. I've got a case of watches behind this monitor, right? It's right there. And so watches, right? I have a clock on the wall in front of me. It's kind of strange that I'm not wearing a watch right now. I don't have any, but I have clocks on each one of these monitors on the bottom, right? Right? Okay. So, but let's say, Janet, that, and these experiments have been done in the past, but let's say that you are they give you a nice house, right? But it's got no windows and no doors. You got everything that you want in there. You got all the food, TV, games, whatever gym. You can do whatever you want, but you can't see outside. How long? You have no clocks, right? You have no reference to time. You can't see the sunrise or the sunset. You don't know. how long, you sleep when you're tired. You wake up when you're rested, right? How long does it take for you to be A, thrown off your cycle, and B, how long does it take for you to totally lose all concept of how much time has passed? How long does it take?
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah, it happens to me. It happened to me today. But here's the thing. You understand what I'm saying, right? What is time? Now, if we don't see the sunrise and the sunset, if we don't know when the day is ending and starting, if you remove that, how long does it take to just go out of whack? When you're resting, right? You're tired. I'm going to go to sleep now. Right. But what if you're going to sleep at 10 o'clock in the morning to the rest of the world, right? That you're totally, and what if you only slept for like 2 hours? And you wake up and man, I wonder how long I was asleep. Was that 8 hours? Was that 6 hours? And you only slept for 30 minutes. And then you're up for 20. What is time? If you're on a spaceship and you're heading off and you don't have a clock or a watch, you don't have any reference to time, and you don't have sunrise on the spaceship, right? The sun is behind you. You're not on a planet. How long does it take for you to just throw your cycle off? And at that point, does time matter? Right. That's so what is time? What really? Time is what we give it. Right?
Yeah, true.
That's it.
It's only daytime and nighttime because that's what we make it.
And the trip around the sun and the seasons, right? Summer, winter, fall, spring, throw in a couple of more. Winter and summer solstice, and these things that are because we're going around the planet, and our planet is spinning every 24 hours. And you know what I mean? So that's what we give time. But really, what is time?
I can tell you one very strange thing. When I used to work for Neuro, and it was always dark. In this room, there was no light, but I could tell when the sun was shining. I could tell when it was storming. And I could be in that totally dark room with no light, couldn't see a clock. All I could see was my console in front of me and the patient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
makes sense.
I knew what the weather was doing.
Right.
Because I could tell something about the frequency of the light in the room was different during the day than at night.
Yeah, you would get used to that, right? You would feel the subtle changes in it. I'll say this: back in the 80s, I threw my cycle off. There were periods where I was working at night. I'm running sound at nightclubs, right? So, and this went on for, years. And I slept all day. I would get up and go to work at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, work till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, stay up until, the sun came up, partying and doing whatever. I swear, and all that is holy. I never knew what day of the week it was. You mean that was last week when we talked? I thought that was yesterday. Church, that was 9 days ago. Oh, really? It was like one long day, right? Just one long thing. Just totally, man, I used to do that all the time. What day is it? It's Wednesday? Are you sure? And I did that for a couple of years. I didn't look at a calendar. I didn't consider anything. It was a bizarre existence, and I got adapted to it really quick, fast.
Yeah, you do. You adapt. I was a nurse, and I worked 12-hour shifts, and I worked all different shifts, and they would change you on the drop of a dime, and somehow you drop into the cycle where you could sleep when you got home and get up when you had to. It was just the way it was.
I had a roommate. His name, I'll tell you his name, J.J. Jackson. Dude was awesome. black guy, a friend of mine to this day, right? But he worked the night shift at a pharmaceutical company in Pasadena, right? And I think he worked from like 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. All right. So I didn't see that dude for 3 years. I never saw the guy. When I'm up, he's sleeping all day in his bedroom, right? Doors closed, right? 10 o'clock at night, he's getting up and going to work. I'm at the club. You know, I'm doing whatever. Yeah. And I'd come home and he would come home from work and go into his bedroom. I never saw that guy. I saw him like one day a week. But I don't know how he did it. You know, and the entire time that I knew him, when we were roommates, he worked the night shift. So I'm almost positive it was like 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. Yeah, I never saw that guy. He was the best roommate ever. Never saw him. Paid his rent on time too.
My greatest relationship was with a man that worked the opposite shift of me. And we never saw each other, but when we did, we had a great sex life. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes an awful lot of sense. You're not around long enough to have a fight. Right? So
that's right.
Yeah, that would last forever. But what really quick before I let you go, this thing with Elon buying Twitter, I think it's going to turn out to be a much bigger deal than people are. You know, I don't think they're taking this serious enough. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a great big deal because he's friends enough with Trump, and Truth Social has taken off so much that I think they're going to somehow join up together, and God knows what they'll create. TV stations, who knows?
Well, I didn't know you were going there. Yeah, I never take that stuff into consideration. I don't. Here's the thing. All right. And I've already said I like Elon. But he's the richest dude in the world. No matter what, you like him, you hate him, to be king of the world, which he is, he's king of the world.
Yes.
King of the world is Elon Musk. There's nobody with a more powerful juice card than Elon Musk.
Right.
That's it. It's not the president. Yep. It's not a king. It's not any. We're talking about Elon Musk. He's king of the world, right? Okay. So when you're at that level, who do you answer to? He does.
There's only one thing he can answer.
I'm just listen to me.
Okay.
Elon, richest man in the world, king of the world, right? Even he gets that phone call. Elon, no. What? The answer is no. Okay. All right. He answers to somebody. So when we look at somebody like Elon right now, he's number one. We've gone through a few, right? Bezos and Gates and what Mark Cuban, whatever. There's some really, really, really rich people out there. All right, and what's his name that owns the telecom company in Mexico? I forget his name. He was number one there for a minute too, as well. These are rich people. All right, I get that.
Right.
There is old families out there that have been running and controlling things since the dawn of man. Period. I mean, seriously, period. You don't know their names. Oh, so Jimmy, what are they?
Right.
I don't know. You don't know. Elon does. When you're at that level, when you're sitting at the table, at that level, there is somebody else to answer to. Many powerful. I have gone. I've had conversations, and I've done the research that I can on this. But if they don't want their names out there, they don't want to share that information. It's just not. It's not there for you to go and research. It's not like you can go and Google what ancient family tree runs the world. Yeah, that's going to pop in a Google search, right? But you have to assume that is the case, right? And so when you think about these bloodlines that own countries and own castles and stuff that you have no idea, you'll never get close to it. It is not part of anything that you will ever know. It's not anybody listening to this show, Janet. Not nobody. You just don't know. But I can guarantee you, it's a fact that even Elon gets that phone call. Right? And it's like I said, Elon, the answer is yes. I don't want to do it. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay. All right. I'll get back to you. Right. That's the way to look at it. So, nice guy, not nice guy, none of that matters. That's all an illusion. Okay. It's all an illusion. So these plays, why, what's going on? What's the reason behind it? I don't know. I don't know these things. I don't. We have to give it time and see how it plays out. Janet, happy Halloween and enjoy your weekend. Thank you for the phone call.
And thank you so much for talking to me. Bye-bye.
You're the best. Thank you so much. Go Beckley Teppy. Yeah, I'm being very serious. You become president of the United States, right? And right, the most powerful person in the world. The most powerful person. And you go into the Oval Office, man, and you've done it. Inauguration's over. You show up in the Oval Office and you've got you open up your briefcase, and you got your pen holder and you put that on the Resolute desk. You're straightening out things. You got a couple more pens over here and you got your pad of paper, feeling pretty good. You adjust the height of the chair and you're like, man, I'm in the Oval Office, man. This is great. Then the phone rings. President. Okay, this is your boss. That's it. That's the way it is. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, it's Joe.
This is Joe?
Yes, that's correct.
How you doing, Joe? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Trainer, right outside Philadelphia.
From Philly, huh? All right. What's on your mind, Joe?
That's correct. First time a viewer of your show.
Uh-huh.
But I'm very familiar with you with Christina on the Paradigm episode.
Sure.
And I think you guys, first of all, you guys are phenomenal.
Appreciate that.
Here's something really strange. I'm a very voracious reader, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of your show with Christina, with Censorship, and Isaac Weiskopf, and Tony Markle, and all the interviews that you guys have done has gotten me into a full circle of understanding. I guess understanding, I might say, leading down from what I would thought would be total ET guys, out in space, to possibly now being a combination of that and interdimensional, or that we would say is spiritual issues. Everything from the Nephilim And because of the podcast, I even found out, never heard of the Watchers before until about a year ago.
Right.
And it led me to reading stuff like the Books of Enoch. And matter of fact, our MUFON director, John Bencher, had a nice little lecture about a year or two ago about interdimensional beings.
Mm-hmm.
He said he liked to use the word interdimensional because people don't like to hear the word demon.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like they're more comfortable hearing the word interdimensional.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really weird because it's like sending you down this rabbit hole. Because, like I said, every person I've heard talk on the different podcasts always pick the books up, read their books, and they start to intertwine. I mean, it's scary because right now I'm just reading a book called The Dark Mission by Richard Holligan, I believe his name is.
Okay.
And it's a matter of fact, it just got re-released as a revised version. And he's talking about kind of the shady stuff with NASA. And again, he's connecting it with a lot of the pre-civilizations that you were talking about earlier, you know, before even Egypt was around, that before Sumeria and what have you. And like I said, it gets a little confusing because as the one young lady was talking about, you know, how do we know about what went on in the past and how much has been hidden from us?
All of it.
Yeah, and how do you connect that with whether it be Anunnaki or the Watchers / fallen angels?
Right. Yeah, I like where you're going with this and your research. But Joe, here's the thing. Because I have done the same research, I see the same names, I see the same cultures, the same references, and so forth. But as I do this research, it constantly pushes me back into the science. I'm constantly going back there, and when you hear anthropologists say and archaeologists where the reference is made, and you can see it, it's right there, that Homo sapiens just appeared 200,000 years ago. That's a weird number. There's no missing link. We know that our chromosome pairs went from 48 to 46 pairs, and with no explanation why. And suddenly Homo sapiens appears. It lines up pretty nicely with the Sumerian tablets and the Anunnaki and the cloning and all of that. And so I am always forced to sit back and go, man, there's something else. There's something else to this. And science is saying the same thing that the Sumerian tablets are saying, that the references to the Anunnaki, and of course we can talk about Sitchin. And I think that time, the future, will look back at us and our community, and I think we're going to be on the right side of history. I really do. And it's science that supports this, not some guest on Coast to Coast AM. All right. I think that science is supporting Sitchin. Joe, I want you to enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a first-time caller, man. Happy Halloween.
Thank you as well.
Yeah, right on. It's a great phone call right there. I'm serious. Man, I think our community is on the right side of history. I do. I'll be right back after this short break. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. Stay with us.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
The Believer is the chilling true story of Dr. John Mack, a renowned Harvard psychiatrist and Pulitzer Prize winner.
This is an outreach program from the cosmos to the consciously impaired.
He risked it all to investigate human encounters with aliens. The Believer, Alien Encounters, Hard Science, and the Passion of John Mack. Written by award-winning former New York Times journalist and author Ralph Blumenthal. Now available in paperback from High Road Books.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? Unex Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNXDB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 818-921-6929. One number. 818-921-6929. All right. A couple calls came in on the 323 number. I said, don't do it. I put them on hold, but they're gone. They're on hold right now. They're listening. They're going, yeah, I dialed 323. Not my fault. I told you. 818-921-6929. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Bruce from Oregon.
Bruce from Oregon. You dialed the 818 number, Bruce.
Yeah, I dialed the one that was on the YouTube.
See?
That was scrolling across. What do they call that? On the ticker box.
Yeah, it's called a crawler. That's what they call it.
Okay.
That's the industry term. I'm when you're cool, hey, let's get the crawler going. Okay. All right. Can somebody edit the crawler? All right. Edit the crawler. There you go. See, Bruce, you're smart. I appreciate that. What's on your mind tonight, man?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Elon and Kanye, and yeah, I was just thinking, because I don't even have a Twitter account, and I'm not, as far as I know, I'm not going to, and I don't follow either one of these guys. But as far as, I don't know how much you mentioned, it didn't sound like you really talked about Kanye too much, but I don't remember who made the quote, but it's what is it, like, if you want to know who rules over you, just see who you can't criticize. And you see who he criticized, and you see what happened to him. And if you look at the other end of it, our entire media in the West and social media platforms, they allow you to just basically, you have university professors coming out talking about all I want for Christmas is white genocide and all these sorts of things, right?
Yeah, but
And
let's not
they don't
go
get
there.
banned.
Yeah, but let's not go there on this show. And
Okay.
yeah,
okay.
well, but I'll tell you why. Okay, here's the deal. Why, if you've got Kanye money now, Bruce, I don't know you. Have we ever talked before? No.
Yeah, I've called in the show, I think 3 times before.
Okay.
Yeah, we had great talks.
Okay. All right. But okay, so I take that back. You and I are old friends. But here's the deal.
Friends.
I don't know how much money you have in the bank. I don't. But I'm going to take a wild guess here. And you don't have $200 million.
Definitely not.
No, okay. Now, let's chill that out. Not $1 billion, not 200 million. Let's say you've got $10 million in the bank. You own your house. You got that. You're not worried about money, right? Do you, at that point, do you enjoy life or do you say stupid shit? What's your choice? Why, if you're Kanye or if you're anybody, right? Why do you open your mouth and say stupid stuff? Why aren't you at an art museum enjoying life? Why aren't you in Paris or in Egypt or in South America? Why aren't you looking at self-growth? Why aren't you, taking care of your family? Why aren't you doing those things? Why are you saying stupid? Why are you suddenly dumb? Why? It just doesn't. I don't get it. Look at me. I'll use me as an example. I don't do stupid stuff. I like my life. I don't want to. I'm not interested in making people angry or upset or saying stupid things or having people look at me negatively. I don't want that in my life. So if you go and you manage to beat the system and kick the system's butt and you're financially secure and you don't have to worry about things, go be happy. Just go be happy, man. Enjoy life. Seriously. Get a new hobby.
Okay.
I mean, why? So if you step outside, if you suddenly get stuck on stupid, and I don't care who you are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There are plenty of people that get stuck on stupid. It's not just one individual. Where if you do that and you get stupid, that's on you. You can't point fingers. You can't blame this. You can't blame that. You need to point fingers at yourself. That's it. And if you're going to go play ball, using Kanye as an example, plenty of other examples. He's not the only one. But if you're going to go play ball with Adidas and TJ Maxx and whatever else and what other corporations you're involved with, Hulu and television networks and movie deals and book deals. If you're going to go swim in that, you need to play by the rules. And if you don't play by the rules of their rules, they're allowed to set their own. These are private companies. They're not governments. He's not dealing with the Queen of England. He's not dealing with the White House. Well, it's private companies. Private companies.
Yeah. Exactly on that point. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here. That right. I mean, yeah. Okay. So that right there, it's kind of like the government defers authority to private companies now. That it's kind of like the RoboCop movie, where some corporation like owns Detroit and they used a robot to police Detroit. You know what I mean? So we have corporations now just kind of running entire cities or something, right? This is like the
they run the world.
future
Corporations run the world today. And I'm not going to change that. You're not going to change that. Neither is Kanye. It's just simply here. But here's the thing. All right, just let me give you an example. It's very simple. What is right and what is wrong. You have a moral compass inside of you. And you know that doing the right thing is hard. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Getting to work on time and not being late is doing the right thing, but it's hard. You fight that demon every day, right? But you know what is right and what is wrong. The wrong thing is easy. You know what's easy? Being late to work. That's easy. You don't even have to try. Right? That's and so with anybody else that steps out like Kanye or anybody, it doesn't matter. Right now Kanye's in the hot seat. I get that. But he knows right from wrong. The right thing is hard to do. Being stupid, being stuck on stupid, that's easy. Don't do your homework. Right? You're going to school. What's the right thing to do? Do your homework at night and turn your homework in on time in the morning. You know what's easy to do? Well, you know what's easy to do? Don't do your homework.
I think that, like anybody, I don't care who they are, every single person anywhere in the world should be allowed to voice because the way I look at it is, we're all souls. And this is our spirit and our souls, and it's who we are. And I personally believe in reincarnation, but that's my thing. And I think our souls are eternal. And, I think that we should, I don't like to shut down another soul that's speaking its mind to me, because I'm like, my soul wants to hear what your soul has to say about something. And I think that everybody should, it's kind of like I guess they call it like unlimited free speech or whatever, but I'm just like, but what you're shutting down another soul from speaking.
No,
if
you're
you
not.
Don't like
No,
what
you're
it
not.
has to say,
No, you're not. This is Bruce. This is where I'm going to stop you. Kanye or anybody has all the free speech that they want. Kanye can walk down to the corner of 5th and Main and shout whatever he wants to say. He's got the freedom to do that. Period. You can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. Nobody's saying that he can't, or I can't, or you can't. You just can't do it. If you stepped out of line, what did you say earlier? You said something about whatever. And I said, not on this show. Right? You can't.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Not on my show. And it's the same thing with anybody else that wants to step out of line. Company doesn't want to work with you because you yapped. That's up to the company. Company doesn't have to allow you to work with it. No, that's not. That has nothing to do with freedom of speech. When Kanye got shut down, when Kanye got shut down on Twitter or whatever, Instagram, I don't even know. I don't follow him but anyway, when that happens, that's on him. That's on him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. You're right. But what I'm saying is that if I guess we all have to, it's like a filtering process, perhaps, if we're going to do this, where people have to find the platform that allows them to speak. What I'm saying is that allow people to speak. Twitter has algorithms, YouTube has algorithms, and if you say keywords, it's like boom, bam. Get rid of the AI. We're humans. We're human spirits and everything else. We don't do this robotic programmed language that bans us automatically without, you know what I mean? Get rid of that. Allow people to, like, Twitter should be, or any platform, in my opinion, should be everybody say whatever they want, and I don't even care what it is. And then other people, they come across it and they go, that's disgusting or that's amazing. And and So, and the way people, I think, should do it, if you're a platform, a content creator, you should have the ability to have your own, you create your own algorithm. So you should be allowed to put in, and YouTube does this as far as I'm aware, where a YouTuber can put in keywords where if somebody says this in chat, it just doesn't allow their comment to go through. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like get rid of.
Sure.
Right,
Fair enough. But
but that allows everybody free speech, and it allows the moderation, because if you're in a knitting group on YouTube and then somebody comes in and starts talking about some heavy politics, and it's like, okay, we get it. We're not here about that. We're just doing our knitting group thing. Can you please not do your politics? You should be allowed to put in there like, okay, no, we're not doing the politics. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. But it shouldn't be like the platform itself, almost as if we're talking about, it's like, imagine your telephone. We're talking over the phone right now. Imagine if the phone was like, oh, you said key words. Your conversation's ended, not allowed to talk. Wait, what? You know what I mean? So it's like the platform should just allow people to say things, but the creator and the interaction between the people, that's where the moderation and the stuff can come in, I think, right? That seems more correct.
Yeah. Okay, so the short answer to that, in a perfect world, that would be great. But here is the flawed part of what others are out there saying, that it's freedom of speech should be allowed everywhere and nobody should be censored. And if you are blocked on a social media platform, that is censorship. And it is not censorship. You have freedom of speech to go and say whatever you want, but you don't have a constitutional right to write an article and be placed on the front page of the New York Times because Bruce wants it, or you're going to sue the New York Times because you're not allowed to write an article and be on the front page. You're going to sue CNN and Turner because CNN won't allow you on CNN. No, it doesn't work that way. It simply doesn't. And so that's where it's flawed. And here's the other part, though. If in a perfect world, what you're suggesting, okay, all right, it can kind of work, except we're talking about billions of users and tens of billions of posts. So how is it possible to absolutely run a filter on absolute everything and have it be perfect? You can't do it.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think they should. I think that, if you remember YouTube years ago, I'm going to just say like, I don't know, 2011, 2012 or something like this. Anybody could get on there and say anything in the comment section. There was no algorithm hunting you down. And if a content creator wanted you gone, I guess they could ban you, or your comment would just sit there, and who cares?
Mm-hmm.
But it's now there is an algorithm, and so we have this robot going around, going like, "Oh, well, this consciousness, this spirit, can't say what it wants to say."
But but Bruce, this is where I got to jump in. Here's the problem. The problem isn't any of that, what you're saying. That's not the problem. The problem is that there is a segment of social media users that feel that they can be dicks and say things, nasty things, and not have any repercussions. That it is their right to do the most inhumane, offensive statement. And that it's their right to be able to post and say these things and to troll. No. That you have no God-given right to be an ass. You don't. You can do it on the street corner, but you can't do it in social media with a privately owned company or publicly owned company, something that's not controlled by the government. You don't. And it's gotten completely out of control. Nobody has the right, and you said it perfectly. You have the ability to block. You have the human, you have the power of the mouse, right? So you're in your knitting group, somebody wants to talk politics, you have the power to pick up your mouse and go, not in this group, take it somewhere else. Right? So we have we have the power to do that as individuals. We do. Nobody, and I get the email all the time. I have people that run my social media for me. Okay, I do. I'm too busy. I post once in a while. I'm not on social media all day long. I'm on social media 10 minutes a day. That's it. If somebody out there steps out of line, I've got people that block. That's it. They keep it from me. I don't have to see it. And I don't, and then I'll get the email. Man, why did you block me, man? That's censorship. I should have no, you not in my world. Go post on your wall. Go post on Facebook. Do all the tweeting you want. I'm just not going to see it.
Yeah, but that's the point, though, is that they ban you from doing it on your own channel, right? And just like on Telegram and I assume every other platform, the West has just collectively blocked RT, right? Russia Today, I think it stands for. And you just can't get RT. And RT posts a lot of good news from around the world. It's like a multipolar sort of, like if we're thinking of news coverage, and you're not allowed to get that because, America's fighting a war against Russia that they don't want to admit they're fighting the war, kind of thing. And it's like, okay, well, they're just banned and they're not allowed to just be them and post their thing. It's not up to me to just ban RT if I want to or something. No, they're just banned. And this is what I'm talking about. And they should just kind of be like your telephone. We're allowed to talk whatever we want to each other over the phone, but they're not allowing that on these social media platforms because information can, more than just verbal, you can post images, video, and everything else immediately, and people can stream that. So it's much more valuable. And they're just like, okay, ban that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And now here's the trip with that. Let me give you the trip. You brought up RT. I would say that probably 80% of U.S. based internet companies and things they're completely banned in Russia. Okay, that's Russia. So RT coming out in the other direction, right? If they're blocked or whatever, that's. But if you want RT, you can go and get it. You can find RT. RT's not removed from planet Earth. And if you want RT's content, go and get it. And for people in Russia that want to get to Google, that want to get to Fate, there are ways to do it. You just don't have access to it inside of the country because the country has deemed whatever, and it's not there. But you can go find RT. You can go and find it. You can go and find whatever you want to find, and that includes inside Russia, inside China. They've blocked Google, whatever. They've blocked Facebook. No. Anybody in China can access. You can find what you need to find if you so wish, right? So it's not like RT is banned from planet Earth and that they don't exist. That's not the case. And so
I didn't say that. But what I'm saying is that I mean, right now I could just switch my VPN and say like, oh, I'm in Russia now, and then boom, I can get RT
exactly.
But should I have to? Are we being children about it? You know what I mean? Like, is that ridiculous? I mean, the thing is, it's so obvious that all the adults, I mean, we get it, that it's like, okay, a war's going on, and there's war propaganda, and that's every war has war propaganda. But we're such a digital age. It's kind of like the globalist mentality has to reconcile with how obvious it is that it's like, yeah, but that also means our media. And when you block people based on some, traditional, like, hey, look, we're at a war, so we block and we have our own propaganda going. You're not allowed to read their propaganda. It's only ours. It's like, yeah, but we know that. And we're not like 18th century peasants just trying to read the newspaper that shows up and it's all we get. like, no, we can see you're doing that, and it's so obvious. But I just think it's ridiculous. Let people speak their mind, and people can make up their own minds. I think I want to hear from as many different perspectives as I can. I just don't like the platform control. I'm not talking about the users. Now, if platforms want to ban people, okay, I get it. That, you know, it's your thing. You want to ban people, but it's pretty obvious what you're doing. Don't try to pretend, you know, that you're you know what's really insidious is these like PayPal and Patreon and all these other guys. And some of the banks at this point, they're all in line with each other. They're just like Alex Jones or something, right? And they'll be like, oh, well, he's banned from this and then banned from this, and yeah, we're gonna ban him from PayPal. And you know what they do is PayPal actually, when somebody gets banned from YouTube or another social media or Facebook or whatever, PayPal will then join that, ban that person, but then ban their wife's PayPal account, because they're like, well, you're going to use your wife's PayPal account to earn the same money, and we know you're going to do that, so we're just going to ban you ahead of time and ban her. And it's like, she didn't even do anything. And I mean, how ridiculous are we going with this? This is kind of the techno dystopia world we're moving into, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know, and here's the thing, Bruce, that we're dealing with a 25-year-old problem. When AOL started and the internet, and you know, we're going back to 1995, we had no idea. Back then, electric companies, the banking systems, nothing was on the internet. You know, today it's everything: ships, planes, trains, automobiles, credit cards, your life, your social media, your friends. Everything on the planet is now connected to the internet and depends on it. The banking systems, shipping, receiving. Look at what Amazon turned into. And we didn't know. We didn't know. And we are learning as we go. The pain that social media has caused families, friends, the mental anguish that we didn't know that was, you know, going to be the issue that it is today. We didn't know that 25 years ago. 25 years ago, hey man, we're bringing the world together. This is so much fun. Ha 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 ha! I got a buddy list. This is great. Let's see who's online. It went from that to absolute psychosis. Crazy things have resulted, and we're just learning. That was only 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Think about that. We went from dial-up to every phone, everybody on the planet has got their face planted into the internet. Think about that. In 20 years, we have no idea the fallout and the problems that are going to result from this. We have no idea, and we're still learning. So I am, and so are you, and so is everybody that's listening to this show. You know, they think that they've got it all. No, you don't. You don't. The CEOs of Google and Facebook, they don't have a clue. It is so out of control. Everything is so out of, and you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. You can't.
That's right.
It's just going to keep doing its thing. Hey, Bruce, thank you for the phone call. I got to get to a commercial break, man. Great phone call, though.
Göbekli Tepe.
Göbekli Tepe. That's what I'm talking about right there. Great phone call, Bruce. Thank you. And happy Halloween. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. More of your phone calls. This is another Fadernight. 818-921-6929. One number, 818-921-6929. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. Stay with me. I'll be right back after this short break.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Hello, Fadernauts. Jimmy Church here. You've seen me with my Thunderstorm. Now you can purify the air in your home and get healthy, clean, fresh-smelling air and eliminate odors just like I do right here in the bunker. The EdenPURE Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules into the air, which seek out odors and air pollutants in your home and destroys them. It's called a thunderstorm because it purifies the air just like after a thunderstorm. And right now, you can save $200 on an EdenPURE Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. With this special offer, you're getting 3 units for under $200. Seriously. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use Fader3. Shipping is free and it's easy. Just scroll down. You'll see my name right there, Jimmy Church. Click on it and get your deal today. That's EdenPureDeals.com.
This is Billy Carson, founder and CEO of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is the fastest growing and one of the most watched networks in the world. And I would like to personally invite you to check out our expanding library of TV, film, lectures, and special presentations. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv has over 6,000 videos covering lost history, health, UFOs, spirituality, and our future. We are committed to our community, and with my personal invitation, you can, right now, get your own free 30-day membership at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Your own library of information starts today at ForbiddenKnowledge.tv.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, the X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
This is Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your Jimmy Church.
Yeah, just in case you haven't heard the news, Elon Musk now owns Twitter, and now let's back up just a little. I like Elon, I do. Man, walk a day in his shoes. Here's the deal. You remember those statements from Elon? AI, I'm paraphrasing. AI more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Forget about that stuff. It's AI that you need to be worried about. And so, what does he do? He buys a company that is an AI bot engine run by bots, right? And he's got Neuralink, right? Pop in a chipset into your neck, right? Hook you up to the internet so you can hang out with all the other AI bot engines. And then 2 weeks ago, introduces his AI bot robot. Walked out on stage. Elon standing there. Check it out. And that thing came out all jittery, right? Did a little dance. An AI bot-driven android robot. I'm just saying. Right? Now, I like Elon. I do. I like Elon. But we really need to take a step back and really analyze, really think about what is happening. That's all. Just be aware, stay alert, keep your eyes open. You know, all of the monopoly laws that were written, right? Because we had all those robber barons, you know, taking over the country, right? You can't have somebody own all of the railroads. You can't have somebody own all of the phone system. You can't have somebody own all of the steel. You can't have somebody own all of the boats. You can't have somebody own, right? And these laws were written for very specific. You can't have one person with too much power. And all of that is out the window. It's like we forgot about all of that. You know, Elon right now, don't talk about Soyuz and Russia. Dude owns space. He does. He's got Neuralink. He's got Starlink. He now has a social media platform. He's building AI bots and how much is too much, right? That's all that I'm saying. We just need. Is there now? You remember in school, Saturday morning. What was that? I'm just a bill, right? And we have been taught our entire lives. Everything is a system of checks and balances. Checks and balances, right? You got to keep things in check, you know, balance things out, right? You don't want any extremes. You just want checks and balances. You want those Libra scales to be sitting there nice and even, right in the middle. You just want everything like this, right? Okay. What's going where did all of that? It's like it's vaporized. It's disappeared. It's gone. It's a little bit too much juice with a few different individuals out there. Jeff Bezos and Amazon. Man, seriously, that is a huge juice card. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Windows. That's Google, right? Google and Android. Too much power. Nothing competes with that. Nothing. It's really weird. We just let it all go. You know, corporations run the world now. It ain't you and I can assure you of that. So, yeah, let's think about the hypocrisy where Elon is a little bit of a walking paradox to give us this grave warning on AI. All right, and put it out there. Man, that was so quoted. I can't tell you how many times I watched those clips, and the fear. He's rich and he's really smart. He knows what's going on. He just said that about AI, more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Well, Neuralink, Starlink, AI bots, and now Twitter, the biggest bot AI engine of any social media platform. Think about that. I'm just saying. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. You're live on Fade to Black. Right now. I can hear you breathing. Are you going to speak? See, this is an AI bot right now calling in. Are you there?
You know, I am here, but my phone is doing something weird. I couldn't tell if you're talking to me.
Why is that? Okay. Who's calling? What would you like to talk about? Okay. All right. Well, I tried. I did my best. I did my part. Okay. Now, see, by doing that, I just buried everything else. The only way to reset, to pull me back over to the other window is to have a new call come in, and then I'll see everything that's on hold. That was my mistake. I did that too quick. 818-921-6929. And then, yeah, no matter what I do, I cannot click back over. That's, man, it's just a drag. It's just a drag. I've got to figure that out. So anyway, so back to, while I'm waiting for that to reset, that is the one thing that I'm hoping that we will just step back and not react and observe. It's too far gone. I don't think that there's any regulators. I'm talking about Elon Musk, Google, Facebook, and Amazon, along with Tesla, SpaceX, and Starlink. There isn't any international regulation. There isn't any way to control any of that. There's not. There's no way to control it. You can't control it. It's too big. Google and just Google alone, Alphabet, Google, and Android and Chrome, all owned by the same company. Absolutely, the entire planet's connected. Do you remember? I mean, just with that, so how do you regulate that? How do you tone it down? How do you go in? How do you step in? How do you break? You can't. It's impossible. It's international. This isn't limited to Arizona. It's not limited to Wyoming. It's the entire planet. So how do you tone it back? How do you do? You can't. It's too big. Everything is connected to it. And when you back out of that and you just look at the lens of really what is happening with smart everything that's run on Android, that is connected to Chrome, that is connected to Google, that data, everything, all of it, the control, not only down to the individual, right, to me and to you, entire corporations are tied into it. Entire corporate, everything, their logistics network, the delivery systems, the employees, the email, the connect, everything is tied into Google and back out into Android, the phone systems, all of it, all of the employees. It's like nuts. It's out of control. It's gone too far, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. That's it. And Elon, just like Jeff Bezos with Amazon, I'm a bookseller. Dude took over the entire planet along with Google. Facebook, same thing. Just getting my friends together, on a college campus. That's all the. How many billions? Half of the planet is on Facebook, right? Same thing. And okay, so my point is, with all of this, it snuck up on us. Amazon just own the planet, right? Google. So there were things like Mosaic, right? Oh man, what was that company? Earthlink or whatever. All of it's gone. All of it. I had talked about this was like 9 years ago, and I did a rant. Talk about crystal ball and reading the future. I did a rant about smart bathroom mirrors. I did a rant on this. And I had said at that time, I said, you watch, there's going to be a smart bathroom mirror. I said, there's going to be a smart toothbrush. There's going to be a smart refrigerator. There's going to be a smart this, a smart razor. I even talked about that too as well. And I said, are you prepared? Are you ready for this? Do you understand the implications of an Android device, smart homes? I started talking about it. Now it's everywhere. I have a smart home now. I am literally able to control with my phone my refrigerator, my lights, the locks on my doors, my garage door, everything right from here. I can do all of that. And including, the alarm systems and everything else. I said that I would never do it. I'm forced into it, and I need to live that life. I joked about it. I warned about it. And here we are. We are right there with it, man. And as crazy as how do I say this? The intention of my warning, which is that I saw it, I saw the future. And so I did that show. It was 9 years ago. And it was about 2 weeks later, a friend of mine that I've known since I was a kid shoots me an email. He says, man, I was just listening to a replay of your show the other night about the idea of smart things in the future with Android. And right now, at my company, we're writing software for a smart mirror for your bathroom. And I'm reading the email. He goes, dude, I'm just telling you right now, we're running it on Android, and we're already looking at the possibilities of other ways to implement this. And he said, a smart razor, your razor gets dull, orders you new razors, and they come automatically. Things like this, right? And it was in his email. Here we are. It actually came to pass. And that's a mind-blowing situation, and we just let it all happen. Why is Android a concern? Android, which is Google, which is Chrome, Android, that software, which is pretty simple, all right? So to have, a smart razor, smart toothbrush, smart bathroom. I was in a hotel this past weekend. Friggin' Bluetooth right there on the mirror, right? It's all lit up down at the bottom. I can do whatever I want to come watch. So anyway, it's here. right? It's the TV show Black Mirror. So Android is so simple that you can now have a smart device everywhere, plug in the wall, right? It's just everything in your house is smart now, right? Everything on your body, your things, everything is smart. It's Android. Google wants to play. They want to goof around. They've got you. Now, what about a hacker? All right. Okay. How easy is it to drive by your house, access your Wi-Fi, get into your smart devices, and see everything listed? How easy is that to do? Well, the answer is very. It's very easy. Your entire world, right, can be shut off. Now, why should this be? We let it happen. This smart revolution, right? It's owned by Google. So your smart TV, Android. Your smartphone, Android. Your tablet, Android. Your car, Android. Everything, your smart glasses, Android. Your smart tennis shoes, Android. Google. Collecting data, controlling. We let this happen with like zero regulation. That software is out and it is everywhere. If this is my warning then, and I'll say it right now. So, what if some bored hacker in Russia that's out of a job, he's got nothing to do, decides to shut down every refrigerator in the United States? Jimmy, that couldn't happen. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Every refrigerator. You want your food back? This is what you have to do. Now think about that. Just stop and contemplate that. These are the issues that none of this was considered in 1995. There were no browsers, Chrome, Google. Stuff was years in the future. We didn't consider any of this. Smart home. Back then, in 1995, we still had music stores where you could go and buy CDs. Oh, that's gone. It vaporized. We just didn't know. We didn't understand. We didn't, not even close. And so back then, and this is the problem of today, but back then was, how do we monetize the internet? Pop-up ads. We've got to figure out how to sell advertising on the internet. We've got to make money off of the internet. All right? It's not about AOL and paying a monthly fee. It's how do we advertise? How do we get those Coca-Cola dollars, the Budweiser dollars? How do we get the AT&T dollars? General Motors. How do we get that money? We got to get that advertising. We've got to get that in and get that. So they started writing code. How to figure out who's online. What are they doing? What are they interested in? What are the little simple lines of code to go and figure out so they could do targeted advertising right at you. That same code is running amok today, collecting data on everybody. And it's out of control. And that same code that was designed for advertising now steers content towards you. News, friends, comments, keywords, and is directing a vision of the world to you that only you have. And it's because this code is out of control and nobody can stop it. And that wasn't the intention back in 1995. No, man, it was just a bunch of people that were trying to create something new and fresh and connect people and share ideas. And it turned into this mess that we have today. And it happened too fast, too quick, overnight. And now it's too far gone to come back. There's no way. You cannot, the thread has been pulled out. You're not going to put the sweater back together. No, it's not going to happen. That's where we are today. And we allowed Elon Musk, somebody that I think is pretty cool, to just get too much power. Jeff Bezos, way too much power. Google, way too much power. Zuckerberg, way too much power. And we just allowed it to happen because we didn't know. We didn't have any idea. So there you go. That's my soapbox. That's some really big news today, Elon Musk. So let's see what he does with all of this juice, with his AI engine, his social media AI platform, his internet in the sky, and Neuralink implants going into your neck. But I'm always the glass is half full. Flowers are hanging out of my pocket. It's going to be good. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Another great Fadernight, and all the calls. But sometimes I just got to let it out. I can't stop myself. Calls still coming in. I'll see. We'll have a good Fader night next week. I've got an amazing week lined up next week on Fade to Black. Biggest and best yet. Starting on Monday with our Halloween special. It's the 1-year anniversary of The X. My co-hosts are Race Hobbs and Margie K. I'll see everybody on Monday. Everybody have a great, safe, fun, and amazing weekend. This is Fade to Black.